Next on Eyewitness News at 11, after a stormy weekend, what's headed our way next? The answer's just ahead. The news is next.
When you order in the McDonald's app, you and 3 friends could win free McDonald's for life. With a McGold card in hand, you'll feel McDonald's rich. Order in the app and you and your friends could win each week.
Dude, you coming?
Because the only thing dripping should be your style. Plop, plop, fizz, fizz. With Alka-Seltzer Plus Cold and Flu Relief. Also try for Fizzy Fast Cough Relief.
What I want, you got, and it might be hard.
This holiday, you can gift more and spend less at TJ Maxx, Marshalls, and HomeGoods. With more cheer to go around and more joy for your money.
It's nothing.
Sounds like something.
When you have nausea, heartburn, indigestion, upset stomach, diarrhea.
Pepto-Bismol coats and soothes for fast relief when you need it most.
Colbert's got a new late show with Common, plus Lily Collins, tonight.
Federal agents!
January 9th.
It is time to rattle some cages.
Whatever we stepped into, it's big.
The 3-hour NCIS crossover event, Monday, January 9th, starting at 8/7 Central on CBS.
It's 11 o'clock. AmeriGuard Security would like to remind you to set your alarm and check your cameras. Trust only the best. Protect your family, home, or business with 24/7 armed response.
Perimeter secure.
Remember, AmeriGuards it.
Lithia Subaru of Fresno proudly sponsors tonight's first segment of Eyewitness News. Lithia Subaru of Fresno. Subaru confidence in motion. This is Murrow and Emmy Award-winning CBS 47 Eyewitness News at 11.
It's very chilly outside right now, and a freeze watch goes into effect tomorrow night.
Chief Meteorologist Lauren Wallace has our first look at the pinpoint weather forecast.
That's right. Our storm system from the weekend has moved out, but now we're going to focus more on the temperature all week long. Overnight lows are going to drop to the 30s, and some of you will be falling to the 20s. Let's go ahead and give you a look outside with our Valley Cam network. I am going to run you through a time lapse from our CBS 47 studio camera. This morning, we did have some clouds around, some sprinkles, but clouds cleared out. And we did see some sunshine today. Now we're mostly clear, and that's really going to allow any heat of the day to escape, and temperatures will drop. It's 44 in Fresno now. We do have 30s already for some of you. 39 Porterville, 38 Lemoore, 37 in Madera. Tonight, most of you will stay above freezing, but it's tomorrow night that we will have a freeze watch go into effect, and this is actually going to last all the way through next Monday morning. Notice it does not include Fresno, but everyone else will be feeling temperatures upper 20s, low 30s. For our high temperature tomorrow, we'll top out in low 50s. It's going to be a little cooler than today, a little bit below average. So I'll talk more about this cool stretch of weather in your pinpoint weather forecast coming up. First, we'll send it back to Brian and Catherine.
Thanks, Lauren. The Central Valley saw rain over the weekend, and the Sierra got some snow, but the state still needs many more storms to make a dent in the drought. Earlier this month, the California Department of Water Resources announced an initial 5% allocation of water from the State Water Project. Joe Del Bosque, who runs Del Bosque Farms in Fresno County, says that percentage won't be enough, and the state needs to invest in infrastructure for water storage.
Some of these storms come quickly and intensely, and they dump a lot of water, and we need to be nimble at capturing and saving as much of that water as we can.
Del Bosque says he has half as many farm workers this year as he had in 2021. Farmers are now looking ahead to February to see what percentage of federal water allocation the valley will receive.
New at 11, the Clovis City Council selects Council Member Lynn Ashbeck as the city's new mayor. In Clovis, as you know, the council members serve 4 terms. They elect 1 member to serve as mayor and 1 to serve as mayor pro tem for 2 years. Council member Vong Manawatua was selected as mayor pro tem. Drew Bessinger, Matthew Baskell, and Diane Pierce were sworn in as members of the council. Bessinger was re-elected in November, and Baskell and Pierce were both newly elected. Also new at 11, take a look at this in Fresno. A car crash in the area of Blackstone and Abbey leaves a car upside down. It happened around 6 o'clock tonight. There's no word yet on if anyone was hurt or what led up to that crash.
The Fresno Sheriff's Office is teaming up with the Central California Blood Center to host the 14th annual Holiday Heroes Blood Drive.
CBS 47's Jennifer Ortega was there as they wrapped up their first day in Clovis and shows us how giving blood makes such a huge impact.
Organizers say donations go down during the holidays, and just giving one pint-sized donation can save up to 3 lives.
What other precious thing can you give other than your blood to save a life?
Dozens of people showed up at the Clovis Rodeo Hall for the 14th annual Holiday Heroes Blood Drive. This is Sheriff Margaret Mims' last blood drive as sheriff, and says more blood is needed during the holiday season.
We're going to have victims of shootings, victims of crimes, not only those that are suffering from illnesses or surgeries where they're going to need blood. It might be your loved one. You never know.
The Fresno County Sheriff's Office partners every year with the Central California Blood Center to put on the event that runs all week long from 1 to 6 p.m.
It's a pint-sized gift, but it's a giant impact. And, you know, of the 1.9 million people in the 5 counties that we serve, you know, every 1 in every 7 people that enter the hospital will require blood.
And the donation process is easy. They say all you need to do is show up, register at the door, bring your photo ID, and then they'll ask you a couple of medical questions to make sure you're able to donate blood.
It's just never knowing if your family member or anyone needs some help, so I'm willing to help anyone that needs it.
Donors that come in while supplies last will receive this t-shirt, you know, be a tough cookie this holiday season and donate blood.
They say 1 in 7 people that enter a hospital will require blood, so it's important that they get donations.
For the community to see the Sheriff's Office, law enforcement agencies, to really reinforce the knowledge that life-giving blood makes a big difference.
Anyone looking to donate this week should eat a good meal and drink plenty of water before making their donation. And if you don't make it out to this week's event, you can still donate blood every 8 weeks. In the studio, Jennifer Ortega, CBS 47 Eyewitness News.
In Fresno County, the mayor of Mendota is arrested for domestic violence. 38-year-old Rolando Castro was arrested yesterday afternoon. It comes after police received a report of a domestic violence incident involving Castro around 3:45 Sunday morning. The Fresno Sheriff's Office says Castro was booked into the Fresno County Jail and posted bond and was released. He's due in court in February. We reached out to Mendota city officials today. They say they're not commenting on the arrest.
In news from the South Valley, an update now on that deadly bar shooting in Visalia. We now know the name of the bouncer who was killed. Visalia police say he was 41-year-old David Luna. He was shot Thursday night while trying to break up a fight inside the Green Olive Bar on Mineral King. A customer was also shot but is expected to be okay. So far, no arrests have been made. For continuing coverage on this shooting investigation, of course, stay with Eyewitness News here on air and online, a click away always at yourcentralvalley.com.
We're learning new information about the victim of a deadly shooting in southeast Fresno. Police say 42-year-old Bernardo Coronado was shot at an apartment complex on Lane Avenue west of Peach Sunday afternoon. Tonight, investigators say the victim was a gang member with an extensive criminal history dating back to 2007. They say he was visiting his girlfriend at the apartment complex when he got into an argument with several other people and shots were fired.
That argument led with other individuals arriving. The individuals ultimately were out in the roadway directly in front of the apartment complex when Mr. Coronado was mortally wounded by gunfire.
Police say it is still unclear if the shooting was gang related. They're still looking for additional information or surveillance video.
The CHP Central Division says in just the past couple of weeks, they've arrested 63 people who have stolen more than 350 items from retail stores. In November, when law enforcement agencies started Operation Christmas Presents, the goal was to increase patrols near malls and shopping centers, all in an effort to cut down on thefts and break-ins.
So we're out there full force looking for any indication that people are out there to victimize our retailers, our big chains, our mom and pop businesses, our local family-owned run businesses that are taking it hard at this time right now as they're trying to fund their way through the holiday season.
Seems to be working too. 63 people is a pretty good run so far. They follow as many leads as they can and recover as much merchandise as possible.
FTX founder Sam Bankman-Fried was arrested in the Bahamas. He was expected to testify before the House Financial Services Committee tomorrow. His arrest is the first concrete move by regulators to hold individuals accountable for that company's multi-billion-dollar implosion. Investors lost billions of dollars when the crypto exchange folded. Nearly 34 years after Pan Am Flight 103 blew up over Lockerbie, Scotland, the man accused of building the bomb that took down the jetliner is in the U.S. to stand trial. Deborah Alfarone has the latest from Washington, D.C.
Abu Aguila Mohammed Massoud appeared in federal court Monday for the first time. The former Libyan intelligence operator is accused of making the bomb that took down Flight 103 over Lockerbie, Scotland, killing 270 people.
It's incredibly satisfying to know that after 34 years, for the first time, that someone who was responsible for the murder of my husband and all the other people on the plane is being brought to justice on American soil.
A bomb hidden in luggage detonated on the flight from London to New York just 4 days before Christmas in 1988. 259 people on board the plane were killed. 11 more on the ground died from falling debris. The FBI says Massoud admitted to building the bomb and coordinating the attack with 2 others during a 2012 interview with a Libyan law enforcement officer.
That's her picture.
Paul Hudson's 16-year-old daughter Melina was among the victims.
I feel somewhat relieved and rather surprised because it's been so long.
Though charges against Massoud were announced 2 years ago, he was taken into U.S. custody over the weekend. He faces 3 counts related to the bombing, each carrying a maximum sentence of life in prison or death.
We had hope, but I don't know that any of us believed that this day would really come. Because of the complicated situation in Libya, we didn't know if our government would be able to bring him to the United States.
The government says it will not seek the death penalty because it wasn't legal at the time of the bombing. Deborah Alfarone, CBS News, Washington.
Also new today, under owner Elon Musk, Twitter has dissolved its Trust and Safety Council. It's an advisory group of nearly 100 independent civil, human rights, and other organizations. It was formed in 2016 to address hate speech, child exploitation, and other problems on the platform. The council was scheduled to meet with Twitter representatives tonight, but Twitter informed the group by email that it was disbanding and the meeting was called off. The email said that Twitter was reevaluating how best to bring external insights, and the council was not the best structure to do that.
New at 11, gas prices in the Fresno area fell by 23 cents a gallon over the past week. That's according to GasBuddy.com. Fresno area prices are $1.16 a gallon lower than a month ago. Right now, drivers in the Fresno area are paying $4.04 a gallon for regular unleaded. The state average is $4.44 and the national average is $3.21 a gallon.
CBS 47 Renewal Ride is giving away 3 cars to 3 deserving families. We've received your nominations, and starting tomorrow night through Thursday, we'll be revealing each night the winners. It is all made possible by your local Lithia dealers and our partners.
Coming up here on Eyewitness News at 11, honoring the Virgin of Guadalupe. Mexico's largest religious pilgrimage returns in full force since COVID-19 restrictions.
Plus, she held no formal title, but was a living reminder of Hawaii's monarchy. The so-called last Hawaiian princess has died.
Plus, Hollywood's famous mountain lion, P-22, is captured in a backyard. What's next for the celebrity cougar? We'll be back in a little over a minute.
All around us, events unfolding. Start your day with breaking news from the break of dawn to prepare you for the day ahead with Anthony Bailey. Megan Ruth, here when you need them. Investigative journalism, up-to-date pinpoint weather, on air and online. The Valley's only AM team on Eyewitness News this morning. Weekdays from 5 to 7 on CBS 47.
After 15 years of the Share the Love event, Subaru and our retailers have donated over $250 million to charity. Subaru is the largest corporate donor to the ASPCA and the National Park Foundation, and the largest automotive donor to Meals on Wheels and Make-A-Wish. Get a new Subaru, and Subaru and our retailers will donate $300 to charity.
Visit us at Subaru of Fresno or lithiasubarufresno.com.
All around us, events unfolding. Start your day with breaking news from the break of dawn to prepare you for the day ahead with Anthony Bailey. Megan Root, here when you need them. Investigative journalism, up-to-date pinpoint weather, on air and online. The Valley's only AM team on Eyewitness News This Morning. Weekdays from 5 to 7 on CBS 47.
Comcast, this is Karen.
Karen, hi. I hear you're taking my CBS station off your lineup.
Yes, that's correct.
So I won't be able to watch the NFL or college football?
Watch your tone, sir, and no, you cannot see them.
Watch my tone. I pay for this service.
Okay, your tone is very condescending. I would like to speak to your supervisor right now.
I'm the customer.
Comcast is threatening to remove your CBS 47 and all its NFL and college games from your lineup. Don't let that happen. Call them now before it's too late.
This week, Colbert's new with RuPaul, Common, Jose Andres, Ed Sheeran, Lily Collins, plus Anderson Cooper and Andy Cohen. New this week.
Eyewitness News is brought to you in part by Tulare Outlets. This is CBS 47 Eyewitness News.
Mexico's largest religious pilgrimage for the Day of the Virgin of Guadalupe returned without restrictions.
It's the first time since the beginning of this pandemic. Listen. Look at all those people gathered there. An estimated 3 million pilgrims arrived at the Basilica in Mexico City in recent days. For 2 years, this gathering was either canceled or very limited in size, of course, because of COVID-19. The Basilica holds an image of the Virgin that is said to have miraculously imprinted itself on a cloak in 1531.
Abigail Kawenanakoa, the so-called last Hawaiian princess, died Sunday at the age of 96. Her death was announced this morning. Her lineage included the royal family that once ruled the islands and an Irish businessman who became one of Hawaii's largest landowners. She held no formal title, but was a living reminder of Hawaii's monarchy. She funded various causes from her $215 million estate over the years, including scholarships for Native Hawaiian students and maintaining Iolani Palace, America's only royal residence where the Hawaiian monarchy once lived. In news from around the state, wildlife officials say that Southern California's most famous mountain lion, P22, has been captured in a Los Angeles neighborhood.
And the mountain lion was wanted for evaluation after signs of distress that included several close encounters with people and even small pets, including a deadly dog attack. The big cat tracked down to that backyard in LA where it was sedated with a dart. Officials say the mountain lion will undergo a health evaluation.
A local organization looks to give back to those in need. How you can help spread some holiday joy this year, right after your Pinpoint weather forecast.
And right now I do have your 4-day allergy forecast brought to you by Boz Allergy. Top pollens, juniper and elm. Low levels tomorrow, then up to low medium Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. We are in for some cold nights, so I'll be talking about a freeze watch in your Pinpoint weather forecast next.
I was denied my Social Security disability claim, even though I can't work.
I'm so frustrated dealing with the government, and the last thing I want is some faceless lawyer on the phone.
I want personal attention. Someone experienced
who knows our local legal system
and will fight for me.
When you can't work, the law offices of Robert Ishikawa will fight to get you Social Security disability benefits. Call 559-432-9600. Social Security disability is all we do.
Toyotathon is on. Now's the time to get an exciting new Toyota. Like Camry Hybrid, RAV4, Tundra, and more.
How did you...
Magic.
Right now, shop a great selection and secure a low financing rate on all Toyota certified used RAV4, Camry, Corolla, Highlander, and Tacoma models.
Come in today.
Toyota, let's go places.
Latest conditions live. The CBS 47 Valley Cam Network on Eyewitness News. Now, your CBS 47 pinpoint weather forecast.
Good evening and welcome back. I'm Chief Meteorologist Lauren Wallace. Let's start out with some rainfall totals. For the month of December so far, Fresno, you've picked up over 2.5 inches of rain. And for the month of December so far, that puts you well above average by over 2 inches. Madera, you've had about 1.5 inches of rain so far this month. You're above average by 9/10 of an inch. Merced, you've had over 2 inches of rain so far this month. You're above average by over 2 inches. And then Hanford, 1.7 inches of rain so far this month. You are above average by about 1.3 inches. Our water year started on October 1st, and here's what we've had since then. Over 3 inches of rain in Fresno. You're above average for the water year so far. Madera, 2 inches so far since October 1st. You're a bit above average by just 1/10. Merced, you've had well over 3 inches of rain so far for the water year. You're above average. And Hanford, same thing. You've had over 2 inches of rain, and you are well above average. We are going to dry out over the next couple of days, and we're going to be focused a little bit more on the temperatures. 54 degrees for your high today, Fresno, a little bit below the average high, which is 56 degrees. We're going to feel below average high temperatures for at least the next week, but it's really the low temperatures we'll focus on. I'll show you a freeze watch in just a moment. It's 44 in Fresno now, but some of you already down to the 30s. That includes Porterville at 39, Lemoore at 38, Madera at 37. I also want to point out Shaver Lake in the teens right now. We have some cold temperatures on the way in the Sierra, single digits to teens. Here's a look at the last 12 hours radar satellite loop. We had some clouds around today early, along with a couple of lingering sprinkles. Those pushed out, and we were able to end the day with plenty of sunshine. So let's talk about the next 2 days. We start at midnight. For tonight, mostly clear. I think we'll get some areas of patchy fog for your morning commute tomorrow. So here's 7 o'clock on your Tuesday morning. Otherwise, we'll get some sunshine tomorrow afternoon. Here's 7 o'clock tomorrow evening. Tomorrow night, mostly clear. This is the night where we're really going to feel temperatures drop down. So very cold start to your Wednesday. And then the rest of your Wednesday will be able to see a little bit of sunshine, but warm temperatures up to the low 50s. But here's a look at our freeze watch. This is going to go into effect early Wednesday morning, but it's going to stay in effect until early next week. So we have almost a week's worth of very cold overnight lows on the way. This will be for almost everyone in the valley. Notice that Fresno's not included in this. If you are included in this, expect upper 20s to low 30s. So for tonight, it's going to be a cold night with some of you near freezing. 33 Merced, 52 tomorrow. Madera, you'll drop down to 32 tonight. Kerman, freezing point as well tonight, 52 tomorrow. Fresno, 37 tonight, 52 tomorrow afternoon. 3 tomorrow. Tulare, you'll be at 53 tomorrow. Mariposa, 44 tomorrow afternoon. North Fork, expect to drop down to the 20s tonight. And if you're in Three Rivers, 30 tonight, 50 degrees tomorrow afternoon. Here's your extended forecast. So again, cold nights, upper 20s to low 30s for many of you. Afternoon highs will stay on the cool side as well. Low 50s through Thursday, and then mid 50s Friday and through the weekend. In the Sierra, near freezing tomorrow for your highs, and then we'll get a stretch of upper 30s for the rest of the week through the weekend and on Monday. So again, the big storm system of the weekend long gone. We're going to be focused a little more on the temperatures. Again, we have the freeze watch that will start tomorrow night, and it is going to last until next week. So we have a long stretch of just almost bitterly cold temperatures for the valley. It's all relative for the valley.
for the valley,
Yeah,
but still,
it's
yeah, it's cold to us.
It is, yeah.
Balmy to me. All right, Fresno's Marjorie Mason Center is asking for donations to bring joy to families who need it most.
The center has set up trees of hope around town, including Sierra Vista Cinemas, Fashion Fair Mall, and Maya Cinemas. Each tree has a QR code, and if you scan it, the code will take you to a link to donate. Donations will go directly to the center to benefit adults and children who are victims of domestic abuse.
Coming up in sports, a notable Fresno State receiver possibly leaving the program. That's coming up in a second. And some wrestling news to share as the Central Valley Dynasty just keeps rolling along. Scott Bemis is standing by right now. Sports Central's next.
The Golden One member Cash Rewards Plus credit card gives you a little more of everything. More filling up your tank. And filling up your plate. More sharing grandma's favorite recipes. And passing down your favorite traditions. Whether it's your everyday or those extra special days, you get more with the Golden One credit card, so you can be more.
Some days your body is a temple, and some days the temple wants sugar. You might relieve stress naturally on Monday and plan for it on Tuesday. Because being human isn't always so fries or salad. Sometimes it's both. So relax with essential oils or a glass of Cab. Fall asleep with melatonin and wake up to caffeine. With traditional medicine and alternative remedies, there's no wrong way to treat life at Rite Aid. And don't forget Rite Aid this holiday for all your last-minute gifting needs.
KFC has a great deal on a classic meal. The Colonel's Classic, our signature 7-piece meal, is back in just $19.99. Get 7 drumsticks and thighs in your choice of KFC's world-famous original recipe or the Colonel's own extra crispy recipe. You decide, then add a large mashed potatoes with gravy, large coleslaw, and 3 home-style biscuits, and you've got a complete meal the whole family will love for only $19.99. The Colonel's Classic, an original recipe or extra crispy. Just $19.99 for a limited time, only at KFC.
I got hurt in a car accident, but hiring a lawyer sounds like such a hassle.
It's actually not. It's easier than you think to hire the Law Brothers.
We can evaluate your case in as little as 5 minutes.
And that free 5-minute call could mean the difference of thousands of dollars for you.
The Law Brothers started working for me after just a 5-minute call, and they settled my case for over $350,000.
A 5-minute phone call? Now that's easy.
Call us. We're the Law Brothers.
Call 559-9-million or visit lawbrothers.com.
Get rid of that stubborn belly fat and get the body you've dreamed of. Maj Medical Clinic introduces high-definition Lipo 360 together with skin tightening to achieve ultimate body sculpting results. Do a little something for you. Call Maj Medical today.
Now YourCentralValley.com pros who know.
Diabetes, venous, and arterial disease can cause leg ulcers. To stay healthy, watch your weight and blood pressure, and eat a healthy diet.
For more expert advice, go to YourCentralValley.com/pros who know.
Brian, Catherine, and Lauren, the award-winning CBS 47 Eyewitness News Team. Now, Sports Central, presented by Toyota.
Former Fresno State big man Orlando Robinson back in the NBA. Big O rejoining Miami's active roster for Monday night's game at Indiana. It's his second stint with the Heat this season. In between, he's been putting up some impressive numbers for Sioux Falls in the G League. Football now, and it's that time of year where players all over the country are entering their names in the transfer portal. And the latest name for Fresno State, a bit surprising. Barkboard.com reporting Bulldog receiver Josh Kelly has put his name in the portal. Josh has made 17 career starts with the Bulldogs, and the Memorial High alum began this year as a starter, actually, before getting injured in Game 3. Meantime, another Bulldog receiver, Jalen Moreno-Cropper, and running back Jordan Mims have accepted invites to the East-West Shrine Bowl, an all-star game featuring many of the top college seniors in the country. Going to be played Thursday night, February 2nd at Allegiant Stadium in Vegas, part of the NFL's Pro Bowl week. Now, of course, in 5 days, both Cropper and Mims are going to play their last games as Bulldogs in Saturday's LA Bowl.
You know, I just talked to Mims about it a couple days ago, you know, just knowing that, you know, this is, you know, the last week of college football. So, you know, just trying to take it all in, just make some more memories, you know, go out with a bang.
Moreno-Cropper, a former Sanger Apache and Buchanan Bear, plans on entering the NFL draft, even though he technically still has 1 year of eligibility left. The December early signing period starts in a little over a week, and on Monday, the Bulldogs got a commitment from former Hanford High and current Fresno City offensive lineman Hayden Pulis, who missed this year with a torn ACL for the Rams. Also learned Fresno City safety Cameron Braca out of Buchanan, this year's Valley Conference Defensive Player of the Year. He's picked up a preferred walk-on offer from the Bulldogs, still mulling over his options, though. Time for Raiders Now, brought to you by Toyota. And after that brutal loss to the Rams on Thursday, the 5-8 Raiders needed some good news. Well, some may be on the way. The Las Vegas Review-Journal reporting tight end Darren Waller and receiver Hunter Renfrow could return to practice here very soon. It's possible they could actually be activated in time for Sunday's game against the Patriots. All right, finally to that story, a little better than the rest. It's Bemis' Best. And back to Fresno City, where their men's wrestling team did it again, winning another state title over the weekend in Lemoore. All 12 Ram wrestlers earned spots on the podium, and 5 won state championships, as the program won its 5th state title since 2016, 18th in school history. And let's be honest, perhaps more importantly, it also gets them a coveted spot in Bemis' Best. I mean, that's at the top of the list. 10th state title at FCC for Rams head coach Paul Kisa. That's the definition of a dynasty, guys.
That is great. Thanks so much, Scott. Still to come here on Eyewitness News at 11, some tips on how to catch a meteor shower this week. The story straight ahead.
Toyotathon is on. Now's the time to get an exciting new Toyota. Like Camry Hybrid, RAV4, Tundra, and more.
How did you...
Magic.
Secure your delivery and low financing rate on RAV4, Camry, and Highlander. Or get a great lease on RAV4 and Camry for just $389 a month.
Come in today.
Toyota. Let's go places.
Fall allergy season has started with grass and weed pollen and high levels of mold in the air. Air pollution makes allergy symptoms worse. Boz Allergy knows coughing, wheezing, and headaches due to allergies and asthma can mimic COVID-19 symptoms, and flu season is starting. Come to Boz Allergy at the first sign of symptoms. Rest assured we'll diagnose and treat you accurately. Stay safe and stay healthy. Contact Boz Allergy today and breathe easier.
Adventure awaits at the Best RV Center in Turlock. Voted #1 selling RV dealer in California. Best RV offers a huge selection of new and used RVs at the lowest prices with no hidden fees. From Class A, B, and C to travel trailers, fifth wheels, toy haulers, and more. Best RV is committed to getting your dreams on the road. Don't miss out on the biggest discounts of the year with Best RV's January Blowout Sales event. For the best selection on the best prices on all current inventory, visit bestrv.com today.
What's it like having Xfinity Internet with supersonic Wi-Fi? It's fast, like beyond gig speed fast. With 3 times the bandwidth. And the power to connect hundreds of devices at once.
Get the Xfinity Supersonic Bundle with unlimited gig speed internet, Wi-Fi equipment included, and a free 4K streaming box, all for $50 a month with a 2-year internet rate guarantee and no annual contract when you add Xfinity Mobile with unlimited data. Switch today.
It's Christmas. The warmest of holiday greetings to you and your loved ones. Hi, I'm Dwayne Peralta, President of Personal Express Insurance. And thanks to our loyal customers, Personal Express Insurance celebrates yet another successful year here in the Central Valley. So on behalf of our entire Personal Express family, we wish you and yours a safe and happy holiday season.
With offices in Fresno, Clovis, and Visalia.
There's a big meteor shower expected to light up the sky tomorrow night.
The Geminid meteor shower is expected to be one of the most active, if not the most active meteor shower of the year, producing up to 120 meteors per hour. It's a stream of particles left behind from an asteroid that orbits around the sun. The shower will be at its peak starting just after 11 o'clock tomorrow night and will remain visible through Wednesday morning. I'd like to catch that on our way out to our cars tomorrow night, ladies.
Yes.
Exactly
Look
right.
Up.
Yeah, pretty clear skies, but it is going to be cold tomorrow night. We actually have a freeze watch tomorrow night. We're talking about temperatures in parts of the valley, especially away from city centers, falling to the upper 20s and low 30s. High temperatures are going to stay a little cool for the this time of the year as well. Low 50s through Thursday, and then mid-50s Friday into early next week. Dry in the Sierra this week, cold temperatures as well. Daytime highs will only reach the 30s.
Okay, Bemis, you got that? Freeze watch and a meteor watch tomorrow night. All right, that'll do it for this edition of Eyewitness News at 11.
Stay tuned for The Late Show with Stephen Colbert up next. Good night.
CBS 47 Eyewitness News is on air, online, and on the go. Take Eyewitness News with you and share your stories with us on Facebook, Twitter, and on yourcentralvalley.com.
Wednesdays, only on News Nation. Cuomo.
Bill O'Reilly, appreciate your perspective.
O'Reilly.
I need 2 minutes of uninterrupted time.
Toe-to-toe on TV's liveliest, most honest debate.
He's going to lose.
I don't know that he's going to lose. Voting started in
You want to
September.
bet?
Yeah, I'll bet you. I'll bet you lunch.
Special guest Bill O'Reilly on Cuomo.
Yum, yum, yum. Humble pie.
Wednesdays at 8, 7 Central on America's fastest growing cable news network.
How about that?
News Nation.
The holidays are for making memories, and you can count on Honda to help you make them. Whether it's in a capable Ridgeline, adventurous CR-V, a rugged Passport, or a dynamic Pilot, start making memories of your own with a new Honda during Happy Honda Days. Buy online, reserve from select dealers, or visit your local Honda dealer today.
Life is uncertain. Everyday pressures can feel overwhelming. It's okay to feel stressed, anxious, worried, or frustrated. It's normal. With CalHope's free and secure mental health resources, it's easy to get the help you and your loved ones need when you need it the most. Call our warm line at 833-317-4673 or live chat at calhope.org today.
Real-time views where you live. The CBS 47 Valley Cam Network.
In a recent interview, Eric Trump revealed how he keeps a positive life by detailing his strict morning routine.
I wake up at 4:30 in the morning every single morning. I say the Pledge of Allegiance to my 5-year-old and my 3-year-old. In fact, they say them now. And then I make them say something that's meaningful to them. I do this every single night at 7:45, no matter where I am in the world.
Are you a toddler who needs a little boost because your father forces you to wake up at 4:30 every morning to say the Pledge of Allegiance? Then reach for Toddler Coffee. This highly robust caffeinated blend will give you all the energy you need to belt out pledges and prayers long before dawn. But what about when Dad calls at 7:45 p.m. every night to demand meaning from a toddler? Parents know that caffeine alone won't keep a small child going for over 15 hours. Introducing Baby Meth, the perfect pre-K stimulant. Because let's face it, those baby teeth are going to fall out anyway. Toddler Coffee and Baby Meth.
The best part of waking up is later doing math. It's The Late Show with Stephen Colbert. Tonight, watch this space. Plus, Stephen Welcomes, Common, and Lily Collins. Featuring Louis Cato and The Late Show Band. And now, live on tape from the Ed Sullivan Theater in New York City, it's Stephen Colbert.
I'm not sure what that was. Good to see you. Happy. Yeah, Monday, that's right. Hello! Thanks, everybody. Please, have a seat, everybody. You're too kind. Welcome, one and all, to The Late Show. I'm your host, Stephen Colbert, and tonight, ladies and gentlemen, I come to you, I am over the moon because yesterday an American spacecraft came back from it. Here's what's happening. You've read NASA is working on something called the Artemis program. It's going to be the first human trip to the moon since the early 70s, okay? We're getting your golf ball back, Alan Shepard. All right? Play it where it lies. And the mission passed its first big test this past month with a launch in the middle of the night, lunar orbits, and then a safe splashdown in the Pacific yesterday, completing its 26-day, 1.4 million mile journey. Welcome back, Orion. Job well done. Been gone for a month. I have so much to tell you about White Lotus. Even more exciting, Orion's historic ocean plop came 50 years to the day after the last Apollo mission, Apollo 17, landed on the lunar surface in 1972. That is amazing. The last time we flew to the moon, I looked like this. Hey, buddy. Oh. He's a worried kid. It's true. It's true what they say. The camera really does add 50 years. The Orion capsule was, in this case, an uncrewed vessel, but it did contain a mannequin named Commander Munikin Campos and two mannequin torsos named Helga and Zohar. In space